I'm a chess coach with a peak rating of over 2200, and my goal is to help you improve at chess. So, in today's video, I'm going to be taking y'all through a game that I just played, and I think it's going to be pretty instructional to show y'all guys how to convert a winning advantage. So, we get a Slav. I didn't actually play my theory. Like, my main move here is bishop f4. So, I was kind of on my own from this point forward. And here I played queen to d2. And the reason for that is I just wanted to guard this pawn and guard this pawn. The computer finds something really nice, which is knight c3, queen takes b2, and here I'm used to this position where I can hop my knight to b5, and that's the only thing I looked at. But here that doesn't work because it loses a knight. But I could have actually just taken the central pawn, and white is much better here. We have forking ideas. We're going to kick this queen out. And this position is essentially over already for black. But okay, I played queen d2 and it doesn't like lose or anything. And here black had a threat. They brought this bishop out. And they have the threat of playing knight to b4 and knight to c2. That is why I played a3. And that's very important to do. When you see that your opponent has some sort of threat, you have to learn to guard against it. The computer still recommends this knight c3 move. I thought that this looked a little bit risky, but I'm not sure. I guess the computer's not too scared. I know I was. But okay, I continue developing. And here they played a really strange move. I thought rook to d8 made very little sense. I don't get why they didn't develop the knight or play something like e6. I don't know. It just looked weird to me. And okay, I continued. Here I thought about a crazy move, knight b5, being that after takes, we had this move e4, but I decided it wasn't very good to go for as white, which is a very tough thing to see a tactic and not go for it. But yeah, I figured it just wasn't that good. That's why I continued developing. And now I played this move, knight to b5. Here's something even stronger. Would have been knight a4. This is the standard way of continuing the play. The queen is like very short on squares already. Something like queen a5. I'd assume you can take or play knight c5, and both are probably good. And yeah, this would have been a more accurate way to play. Instead, I actually wasted time with this move, knight b5, because he moves his rook, and all of a sudden my knight's doing nothing, and I sort of just have to go back. So he develops, and I play bishop to e2. Again, I didn't like bishop d3 because of takes, I thought this queen wins my pawn. But here the computer doesn't care. It just says lose a pawn. It doesn't care. You can castle there. So I guess that's instructional. But okay, I like bishop e2. And I castled. And here I really was expecting his knight to come forward. And I'm kind of shocked he didn't play this. I probably just would have had to take it. Okay. Now I had two moves on the list. I either had knight a4 or knight e5. Both are pretty good. And here, now I play knight a4. And I have a very small advantage. Like, very small. Because I have a good knight, and this knight is also going to be good, and I'm also currently winning a tempo on the screen. So I'm the one driving the position forward, but it's not like I have some massive advantage or anything like that. And here my opponent just makes a blunder. He simply had to go back with this queen, but instead he tried to get tactical with me, but I calculated better than he did, and I just took the queen. I also had queen d1, which I did see as a possibility, but I saw a very clean way to win a pawn in this other line, which goes takes, and when he takes my rook, I take his pawn with a check. So he takes my knight, and I take back. And all of a sudden, I'm up a pawn in this endgame, and all I have to do is convert. So, okay, he puts his knight in the center, and I move my king again, more so towards the center. And here, he fell for another tactic. He put his rook trying to take the open file, which, if it wasn't for this tactic, would be a good move. The problem is, he missed knight takes g6. In my opinion, I could have seen this being a brilliancy, but I guess it's too basic of a tactic for it to be a brilliancy. And the point is, he obviously can't take this knight because I win his rook. So I win another free pawn, and I just come back, and we trade, and all of a sudden, he can't ever take control of the c file. I'm going to beat him there. And this position is very bad for black. I take the c file, he goes back with the knight, and now I take space with this move g4. He moves back. I play b3, restricting his knight. I thought his knight wanted to go there, so I restricted it first. Bring my king up. Play f3, restricting his knight again. And you see, I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing to do anything here. I know I have the advantage. I don't have to press super hard. And even here, I just keep the tension. h3, he takes, I take. And I go back with my bishop. I don't want him to trade it. The bishop pair is typically an advantage in endgame, so there's when it's a more open board. And this is definitely one of those cases. He goes back with a knight, and now I bring my rook to attack his pawn. Bring my bishop to attack his pawn. See, every move makes sense. Every move is very logical, and this is sort of how you have to play chess. You have to have some sort of clear plan, and you have to stick to it. Unless they make some sort of tactical error, then that's the only time where you can really split apart from that. Okay, now I trade bishop for knight. An even cleaner win here would have been check, going back, and here I have the option of winning this pawn, but I think even easier is to play this in game, where you're 2 pawns up with a same color bishop, and this bishop sucks. This is something else I could have gone for, but okay. I start marching my pawns, check, check again, and now I trade bishops. And I know that this work in game is completely winning and should not be tough at all, because my 2 pawns are going to make it down to the 8th rank. And I push, and I push, and here I had an easy win after this, check, check, takes, and this should be quite easy, because my king is too close to all of his pawns. But also easy is just taking. And now you get this check, and you do the exact same thing. He has to go back here, here, with the bonus being he cannot catch the pawn now, and my opponent just resigned. Anyway, if y'all guys want chess coaching, check the link in the description. And I hope y'all guys learned something from this video, and I'll see y'all guys in the next one.